pastor and the preaching and the people relationship when it's Sunday morning. It is one of the high points of our exchange. Amen?
Amen.
It is one of the ways you still say to me, Pastor, I still believe God is using you to say something to his people. Amen?
Amen.
So when I hear your amens, that means you still believe. When I don't hear them, then you're still in question. Amen. Amen. I want to do something. They pull up, the scripture's been read today. In terms of the thing that you allow me to tell a story and paraphrase it and retelling it, and you hear it today. It's in Luke chapter 18, verses 1 through 8. This is a very interesting narrative of story, but also of a conversation. Jesus, in the midst of his conversation with the disciple, decided that he wanted to drop a parable, a story. You and I know that when Jesus tells stories and parables, it is to help you to experience the relatability of a spiritual reality so that you don't miss it. Oftentimes, God says things and we miss it because it's not relatable. We have not properly communicated it. And so Jesus, who was a master teacher, always made sure that he put the truths low enough so that even the most simplest of understanding can grab it.
All right.
I'm always mindful as a preacher, make sure that when we preach, that you preach to the people so they can understand.
Yeah.
It is never the task of God to show off your intellectual prowess or to show that you have such a great capture of mystery and that you should be impressed because somebody else don't understand at your level. The best of us, the great teachers, the doctors, knows that they have to put it at your level so you can grasp it. And like so many times, many of us think because I hear him enough, I understand everything that he said. It is the presumption of the human mind to assume that I know what you're talking about. I discover with my kids, even before I say what I'm about to say. They say things like, Dad, I know, and I'm trying to figure out how you know, and I have not said what I want you to do. And so too many times when we come to worship, Dr. Lewis, that some of us are already in assuming, in assumption that I already understand and I know it. So you tune God out before God can tune you in to the instruction to be able to help you get past whatever it is you're dealing with. And I'm just suggesting that the reason why he often told parables so that he could keep them engaged and tuned in to what he was talking about so that they couldn't miss the spiritual principle that would give them victory over their issue.
Amen.
Can I ask you a question in this room? Based upon the conversation in the parable, the story that Jesus shares, and it is in terms of that, what are you doing about your problem? I believe that's the church question to the church. That's the question to the Christian. What are you doing about your problem? Because ultimate time, all of us in here as believers, we got a place of worship, we have a place of praise, we got a place where we even pray. But we don't have a place where we sit down and really deal with and talk about what are we really doing about our problem. No, let's deal with the real reality of it is because some of us need to really be truthful about the fact that some of this stuff that I can still have attached to my life and I'm dealing with in my life is because I'm not doing anything about it. Okay, somebody one more time in this room don't want to say, watch this. Problems persist and continue to persist because you don't and I don't deal with them. And then the easy things, and this is one of the most spiritual delusional things, some of us are just high on prayer that don't work. Okay, y'all, you do understand. I didn't come come to make you feel comfortable. I'm trying to protect your feelings, but if protecting your progress is more important than protecting your feelings, then I'd rather hurt your feelings so I can get you to progress and move beyond, because you already hurt by the persistence of problems and persistence of heartaches and the persistence of disappointment, and stuff is already running you crazy. So one more thing that will wreck you today, maybe if I wreck you for the right reason, then you'll stop being wrecked every day over some reasons you should have got over and let go and got past a long time ago. Okay, let me leave you alone in there. I know, watch this right here. Jesus is talking to his disciples, men that know him, men that walk with him, men that have assignments and anointing, men that know Jesus, men that has been assigned to take the mission when he leaves, men that will turn the world upside down. But before they can turn the world upside down, they need to learn how to deal with their own stuff that got them upside down. Somebody in here, you trying to turn the world and you ain't been able to turn your you ain't been able to turn over your stuff, flip your stuff, fix your stuff, come out of your stuff, change your stuff, and here you are, got both hands trying to fix somebody else's stuff when your stuff is all. And there's something in our mind that makes us think that while I'm fixing other people's stuff, my stuff is automatically going to get fixed. That's not true. Watch this one more time in here. One more time in here. You assume because you're working on somebody else's stuff, God is going to take up your responsibility and fix yours while he's fixing. Watch this right here. He'll assign your stuff to you so you can work on your stuff, so that when you get to somebody else's stuff, you will know how to fix their stuff. He'll assign your stuff, whatever you call stuff, whether it be your sin, whether it be your struggle, whether it be your success, whether it be your up or your down. He'll assign it to you so you can learn how to deal with it. So when you come to help somebody else, you ain't just helping somebody with their stuff, because guess what? The reason why God ain't fixing your stuff, because God knows this about you and I. We'll choose to fix the lesser thing over the greater thing, but the greater thing is going to be the only thing that'll make you grow. Okay, and when I was in grade school, listen here, that when you completed one course or one group action, then they would move you to the next group action and the next course. But there was something in me that wanted to stay on book one, because it was easy to fix the problems in book one. And so when they were trying to tell me, you need to go on to book 2, and I'm just telling you the truth, I actually had the audacity. Rob, one time, listen here, teacher gave me homework in book 2. I did homework in book 1, turned it in as if I was supposed, and she said, but you got it all right, but you're wrong, because it ain't the assignment. Somebody in here, you're going to catch it every morning. There's some of us in here, you trying to fix group 1 problems, because you don't want to deal with the fact that your problems are group type. You got a category 3 problem. You got a category 5 problem. And you want to stay on group 1 because you know you can do that. And that's why you're in everybody's business. That's why you're in everybody else's life. That's why you got counseling for them. But you ain't got no help for you. Because you think that God is going to fix your group 5 problem while you're working on group 1 problem. Because you don't want to face the challenge nor the task, because you don't want to come out of your comfort zone. Okay, watch this right here. Jesus talking to his disciples, and he knows something about them. Watch it. He knows they have in them the problem of quitting and fainting. Okay, you don't believe they did? Okay, they was out on the Sea of Gennesaret, start hollering and screaming, talking about, Jesus, do you care if we perish? Jesus woke up and said, what are y'all tripping about? Don't you understand that when I'm in you, and you and me, we can't lose nor die? Why you whining? When you got one that controls the wind. Okay. He know that they have to hear. You know, he had 60 that walked away when he told them the truth that they had to eat of his flesh, and he didn't really mean his flesh. He mean that meat you had to do. What we going to do today? All right. They walked away quick. something about all of us in this room. That if we're confronted with the right issue, we'll quit and we'll throw in the towel, we'll surrender, we'll give up, and we'll submit to the problem and allow the problem to take over. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Some of us, the reason why it seems like you're having a quacky kind of life, a crazy kind of life, is because your problem have now taken domain in your place of dominion. Hello? Okay, I'm not talking to people. Let me talk to real people in terms of this right here. You know how your problem, I know your problem have taken place in your domain? Because you go in your house talking about, I ain't going to have this today. And the same thing you said you weren't going to have, you end up having. Wait a minute, somebody. You walk in the workplace and say, I ain't going to let them get to me today. And before you leave out of the room, before you leave for work during your 8 hour, you done cuss folk out. And now you're repentant as a Christian, and now you got to go back and how to say to them, even as Christians, sometimes we blow. Your problem have taken over. You said you weren't going to do it no more? You said what? Okay. And the thing you're trying to get rid of, and the thing you're trying to overcome, and the thing that you're trying to disconnect from, and the thing you're trying to come out of, and the person you're trying to get out of your life, you keep on calling back to your life because your problem have taken over your domain. You ain't doing nothing but shouting. You ain't doing nothing but shouting affirmations that doesn't have any action. I'm more than a conqueror. Prove it. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. Prove it. I'm coming out. I'm the head and not the tail. Prove it. I'm the lender, not the borrower. Prove it. I just come to ask you today, what are you doing about your problem? Jesus says to his disciples, men and women ought to always pray and never faint. He says right here, point number 1, your persistence must be greater than your problem. Watch this. Because a whole lot of us in here saying, I'm still trying, but are you?
Come on, all right.
Are you really trying? Are you really dealing with it? Are you trying to wait it out? Uh-oh. Some of us is praying, but we ain't praying for the progress or the removal of the issue. We have resigned and surrendered and trying to wait for the issue to leave us. You have and I have, for certain problems in our life, have made hotel accommodations and told them to stay as long as you need to. And we have made a reservation for the stuff that you don't want. And you've allowed it to move in. You've allowed it to have dominion. You've allowed it to be part of your experience. You have now learned how to live with what you don't want to live with. And you've learned how to be who you don't want to be. Okay, one more time in here. Your problems, listen, your persistence must be greater than your problem. Okay, some people don't like Roberto Duran. He's a boxer. Nobody in here know Roberto Duran. I like Roberto Duran because Roberto Duran, no matter how many times you knock him down, he will get back up and fight again. Okay. Somebody in here need to understand that your persistence need to be greater than your problem. Somebody in here, what Pastor Webb is persistent. And persistence is that, watch this, persistence is that I keep on coming and doing and trying and doing something and moving. Persistence requires for me to continue to fight no matter where the outcome and what the outcome has been in my last attempt. Okay, watch this. And God says of Jacob, watch what he says of Jacob when Jacob is born.
And when Jacob is born, he's not the gifted one. When Jacob is born, he's not the smart one. When Jacob is born, he's not positioned to lead. He's not positioned to be first. He's always been in a position of being the second one. So much so that his mama and his daddy called him a supplanter. That's what Jacob means. He's the supplanter. He's the one that's underneath. He's the one that you cannot see. He's the one that is beneath. He's the one that ain't the first. He's the second. He's the supplanter. He's the second son. He's the one after the one that is preferred. He's after the one that is gifted. He's after the one that is strong. He's the weaker son. He's the lesser son. But there's something that Jacob knows that his brother doesn't know, that if you have a good dose of persistency, even though you've been looked upon as second, and you've been looked upon as last, and you've been looked upon as least, if you keep on trying, eventually you can take first place from a second place position. I'm trying to help somebody in here right now, because you who have experienced second place in some things, you're upset and you have taken a seat and accepted the fact that you second. No, persistence says, I may be second today, but I'm still working to be first tomorrow. Watch this right here. And when Jacob eventually decided that he'll be persistent, they didn't give him a birthright, so Jacob decided that he'll sell his brother his birthrights. Watch this. And I need people to quit talking about Jacob being a trickster. No, Jacob gave Esau what he wanted and asked Esau for what he needed. Okay, one more time, because some of us in here miss it. Because you think that Jacob supposed to submit to Esau and give him back his birthright when Esau sold his birthright for some soup. No, Jacob says this equal exchange. You wanted something and I wanted something. I gave you what you want and I asked you for what I wanted, and it was your choice to give it to me or not. Okay, let me mix with some of you in here. You know why some of you are second? And you know why there's some of you right now don't want to have the persistence to get into place? Because you always trying to marginalize what is called persistence and effort in Christianity. Okay, I'll take this sermon too long trying to explain the psychological disposition of most believers when they come to the battle. Most of us come to the battle thinking that God's supposed to give you something that you ain't willing to work for, you ain't willing to put no effort in, you ain't willing to fight for. Y'all need to understand that when that scripture says, and the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the just, but the just still had to go in the war and fight for the wicked. Oh, that's an Old Testament scripture. And y'all need to know when y'all be quoting that, listen here, they still required for the just to go in war with the wicked. God was going to give them an advantage, but they had to get up and fight. Your persistence must be greater than your problem. Can I tell you what Jacob didn't have? Giftedness, he didn't have smart. He wasn't a favorable child by his father. He was looked over. Everybody looked at him, looked down on him, called him a supplanter because he did whatever it took in order for him to get the advantage. And some believers need to understand that when God gives you faith, he's trying to give you and teach you how to use what he made available to you to get advantage. Okay. Let me take you something. Watch this. Because I know that move you right. Because you've been thinking like, while I sit, God is going to bring. You've been thinking, I can wait and somebody's going to call me for it. And when God ain't never ever suggested or entertained that thought for any believer, that's some side thing that the devil have crept in, taught to the church, and now the church is sitting here idle doing nothing when God told you to occupy until it come. If you don't believe me, believe what God says in creation. I give you to have dominion. I have to give dominion, to have rule over things. You can't rule them by sitting down. What are you doing about your problem? You must have persistence, and your persistence must outweigh your problem. Watch this right here. Jacob, no matter how hard he hustled, no matter how hard he tricked, no matter how many times his family, his mother helped him fool his father to get the birthright and the blessing, that Jacob still couldn't be granted first place because, watch here, until he finally got to his spiritual place. You will never have first place until you get to your spiritual spiritual place. Drive as many cars as you want. Live in many big houses you want. Have as much money as you think you can have. But until you get to the spiritual place, you are never first place. Until you get to the spiritual place, it's the one that really grants you the favor. It's the one that really grants you the joy. It's the one that really grants you the strength. It's the one that really makes you the man or the woman that you really need to be. Until you get to your spiritual place, you can never get to first place. I don't care if you're a billionaire, you're still second place because you haven't gotten to your spiritual place. You don't know the God that bless you. You don't know the one that opened the door for you. You don't know the one that gave favor to you. If you don't know him, then you don't know anything, because if you don't know him, then you don't even know why you are where you are. Watch this in the text. Jacob is so persistent. He outwits his brother. With the help of his mother, he outwits his father. With the help of his wives, he outwit his uncle Laban, who's a trickster at best. But at the end, Jacob cannot outwit God. But his persistence can require that even God bless him when he may not want to. Some of us in here don't want to deal with that, because we want to know that the sovereign God always has the power. But because of who he is, sometimes he positions himself so that you can appear that as if you're stronger than him, even though he knows that you never will be. Okay, growing up, y'all, good mothers and good fathers. Have you ever let your kid win, even though you know you could have won? And you did it so you can build their confidence, and so that you can have their faith, and so that they can believe that they were stronger than some other people that they was going to have to face, because you was trying to build their confidence. You were trying to build their self-esteem and their self-worth and their self-value. Now, if you can do that as a human family, father or parent, how much more would God do it in order to get you in position so that he can have you go in and take the... Watch this, watch this. So Jacob, who's left alone, money is gone, family is gone, everything is gone. Jacob is left in the dark all by himself, trying to figure out what I'm going to do, because Esau, my brother, is about to kill me when I see him, and I'm trying to preserve everything I can, so I divide everything, send everybody away from me, because it's me who Esau wants. And the Bible says Jacob was left alone. He has the birthright, he has the blessing. But he can't move in place or position because he has not had the spiritual encounter that he needs in order to propel him to the place to be able to lead others into a God experience. Let me say it one more time. Men and women, you don't have what you need until you can lead your family, until you can lead your spouse, until you can lead your children, until you can lead the people around you and depending on you to lead them into a God experience. You have not quite yet achieved success until you can move someone else into the presence and the experience and the accounting of God. Yeah. Watch this. Jacob wrestled with what they call the angel of the Lord all night long. He wrestled with it. And the angel cries out, "Let me go. The day is breaking." And I tell you what Jacob said? "I ain't going to let you go until you bless me." This is what Jacob knows. This is the last blessing that can cross him over. This is the last blessing that can get him in position. This is the last blessing that can give him protection from his enemy. This is the last blessing that can help him get in the place where God wants him to be. This is the last blessing because he has the Father's blessing by default, but nevertheless he has it. He has the brother birthright by trade, but nevertheless he has it. But he cannot manipulate God, nor fool God, or trick God, or trade with God. So the only thing he can do is wrestle with God until God gives him what he wants. You want to know what this parable is teaching? That you never stop petitioning and wrestling and fighting with God until you get what you want. I'm doing this I told you, I like Capone. I like Capone moving with the Untouchables. Elliot Ness is fighting. Watch here. And he's fighting. Watch here. And at the end of the movie, watch this right here. They start fighting Untouchable, new version. And so the first time, he reached out. Kevin Costner reached out. And he reached and he started grabbing Capone people and bringing them in. And Capone comes back with a retaliation and blow up something, kill somebody. LNS go back in, take one of his men, come back and kill one of them, take the information they need to be able to march them into court. And and Capone comes back and he kills the one that helps him and kill the men that was helping him to get the work done. LNS comes back again and he says to Capone, I'm gonna get you. But this time when he kills Sean Connery, one that was really helping LNS, and Sean Connery dies, it upsets LNS. It upset Kevin Costner. So he walks in the hotel where LNS is. He goes by himself. He tells everybody, let me go. He walks in there. Capone is coming down and walking. He got gorillas all around him, ready to go to battle. Bodyguard, front of him, behind him, on side of him. And LNS break the chain of him. Pop, hit Capone in the mouth, knock him down. Everybody pull their gun up. LNS pulls his up, and then they pull him back and say, no, not right now, not right here. We outnumbered and we outmanned. And then Capone said, you got nothing. You got nothing. I told you you didn't have nothing. You can't beat me. And you have nothing. But he didn't understand that it wasn't over yet. Somebody in this room, the devil didn't hit you, knocked you down, and now he's bragging. You got nothing. You got nothing. Tell him it ain't over with yet. Tell him, watch this. LNS gets him. And when LNS get him, they in court and they sentence watch out, they sentence Capone. And now he walks across and everybody trying to keep him from each other. Capone turned around, hit his lawyer. But then watch it, LNS told him, he said, I told you, never stop fighting, never stop fighting. What you doing about your problem? I come to tell you, like LNS told Capone, never stop fighting. It ain't over until it's over. It ain't over until God says over. That's all he was trying to say. It ain't over till God says over. I don't hear God forever. I'm going to my seat. They nailed his hands, but it wasn't over. Beat him all night long, but it wasn't over. Pierced him in the side, but it wasn't over. He cried out, Lama Shabbatana, God, why you left me? It wasn't over. He cried out, into thy hands I commend my spirit, but it wasn't over. They took him down from the cross and buried him in a tomb, in a borrowed tomb, but it wasn't over. Because bright early, one Sunday morning, Jesus popped up, told death, I told you it wasn't over. Told the grave, I told you it wasn't over. Told the devil, I told you it wasn't over. Told the world, I told you it wasn't over. That I would rise again. Is there anybody in here ready for their resurrection? Is there anybody in here ready to persist at your problem? Father, we